go to another path and bypass all the villagers. Walked into that room. When I saw the figure with the backpack, and I was so relieved, glad he hasn't been eaten yet. He hesitated, walked to him. Without the hindrance of his tall body, I saw the pile of rotten meat on the ground at a glance. In fact, there is not much meat left. Only a little bit of meat scraps still stuck to the bones. The ground and wooden walls are dry, turned into dark red blood. In a corner full of thatch, there's a human head. It was the freak who separated from the body. The flesh on the stalk is soft. It's bloody like it's been bitten open by something. Half of the face, I see only bones but not meat. You can see it at a glance. This freak was eaten by a who. Before, he was also tortured by a who. My heart scares the sea. Unconsciously took a step back. If I hadn't noticed that the other villagers wanted to eat me, if my parents hadn't forced me to eat meat, made me mutate, will I die so miserably? Crazy people are crazy. He shook my head. I'm determined to leave this, the idea of a cursed village. I looked up at the boy. He also turned his head stiffly to look at me. There was a dead silence in his eyes. It's not unexpected to see such a tragic scene, but with some precautions against me, I looked at his face, hesitantly asked if he know him. The boy tugged stiffly at the corners of his mouth. My dad, what is your name? Zhang Shan answered me. Then he squatted down and opened the backpack. He just found out. In his bulging bag, it turned out to be a wooden box. How did you get out? Don't blame me for being curious. Our village is located deep in the mountains. The way in is very steep. No one ever wants to go out. Generations have provided for themselves in this small village, almost cut off from the world, probably because of eating too much meat of various creatures. Will be cursed. But even so, now villagers, I want to leave this isolated village, the way that the bus can come in. Or did the villagers find out cannibalism can break the animal curse? I especially carried a shovel to drive it out overnight. It is also the only road that connects the village to the outside world. Zhang Shan raises his hand, hit the bones and the head into the wooden box, put it back in the backpack. I saw him not answer for a long time. It should have been to guard against me. He moved in, quickly and sincerely explained that I wouldn't tell. I just want to work with you. I wanted him to get out. I have to disown him from me. First, he just finished talking. He looked at me suspiciously. Defense and cooperation are still in the eyes. I nod. I want to get out of this carnival place. You've probably noticed that something's wrong here. These villagers discovered that cannibalism can be turned back. Start attracting people to eat them. I can help you not to be eaten by the villagers. Here, as long as you help me escape. I saw that he was still very guarded against me. Stand up and walk to the thatch where the head was just placed. I used to come up to this freak every now and then. I'm here to bring him vegetables. I peel open the thatch. Below, it's a pile of sharpie vegetables that have been pickled. These are from me. I just want to be like you. Escape from this cursed place. Zhang found the pile of vegetables. Finally agreed to help me. I told him to stay in this thatched hut, because the people in the village dislike this freak. And now he's dead. No one wants to set foot here. So it's safe to keep Shanshan here. I didn't go back until night fell. My dad and those who are with me. The uncle was standing in my yard, waiting for me. So I nervously walked up. Take off your hat. Show my rabbit ears. I didn't find that person. The most excited of the three is my dad. Wu Xi and another villager uncle listened to me. Frowned. Didn't say anything. I know they are true. No time to tear this man apart. Into the night, the cannibalism is about to begin. They have to watch. Can't let anyone escape. After Huji and another villager uncle left, my dad was walking around the yard in a hurry. I don't understand why he has to take the patrol. He haven't asked yet. I heard him talking to himself and answering my questions. This kid came with fish. You smell fishy. Your brother only eats fish. I only want to eat it if I smell the fishy smell on that kid. What should I do now that the person is gone? Hearing this, I looked at the open door behind him. Inside the house, Mom poured the cut fish into the water tank. The water tank is not big. If my brother completely turned into a fish, he will definitely find a way to get out of this tank. jump into the river. That would be too dangerous. If caught by someone else who loves fish, he's dead. I quickly told my dad that I would look for it again. My dad saw me and rushed out, shake behind me, and shout, "Be careful yourself." And I did. Ran from the deer back to the thatched hut in one breath. Jiang Shan sits on the thatch. Hear movement. He immediately picked up the wooden stick next to him. Jimmy, just put down the stick. I'm gasping for breath. They're going to start eating people. As soon as the words fell, a scream came from outside the thatched hut. It's the man who questioned during the day. In front of him. It was during the day that he slapped his head. Villagers pulling their tails. Nah, that cow village hit that with his car's head. The man uses his hands. The dog tightly grabbed the man's neck. Jiang Shan, who was on the side, was seeing this scene for the first time. Lift your feet and want to go out to save people. And I grabbed him. In a low voice, you can't save him. There must be other villagers around here. Other villagers have come. You can't escape either. He stopped and I patted his backpack. Again, remind him. The wooden box inside contained his father's body. Jiang Shan then returned. Keep hiding in the house with me. Looking out the window, the villagers seemed to want to strangle the man. Eating slowly. But that man is also really strong. Also, had a knife. He pushed the cow with one hand, struggling. With one hand in my pocket, he took out a knife and stabbed the cow villager. The cow let out a huge roar. Soon other villagers came nearby. And Huxi is also here. Jiang Shan on the side suddenly made a sound. Do you have a mobile phone? Yes, yes. I quickly took it out and handed it to him. Watch him turn on the camera and start recording. This is a second-hand phone. Pixels are not good. They're not supposed to be used in isolated villages. It is also the villagers who are trying to attract people, purposely bought a mobile phone, good to advertise online. But visitors are not allowed to bring mobile phones into the village. As soon as you enter the village, put it all away. Then deceive those tourists. Said there was a dedicated photographer. They will be photographed with specialized equipment. This rule can't get out. After all, no tourists have ever made it out alive. The camera captured the villagers, who were half human and half animal. Cannibalism. Jiang Kan presses the red button, but accidentally pressed the flash. The faint light is also very conspicuous in the dark night. Jiang Shan closed in a panic, but it still attracted the attention of the villagers over there. Jiang Shan puts my phone in his pocket, then quick me. Go fast. He carries I walk. There's a group of people and half men and half beasts coming over there. Drizzle to the door, and I drag him around to the back of the room. Take the time to find the way to the river. From behind the thatched hut the hill goes around. Can go around. Stay off the road. When slipping, the group of villagers has been outside the hospital. I immediately ran to the side trail. When you come to the river at your doorstep, suddenly I heard a roar from Tia behind me. Run! They eat human flesh to prevent tourists from escaping. The cannibalism of the villagers takes place at night. She will set up a few houses specially available to tourists. Wait until the night is a little deeper. Load them out and eat them. That's where Jiang Shan ran. Shout out for those who were left uneaten. When I look back, the lights weren't on in those houses. A dozen people came out with torches. The group of villagers who were chasing Jiang Shan arrived there. The two sides confronted each other for a moment. Suddenly, a villager with a jog had jumped out of the darkness, bite the back of a villager. The moment the blood gushed out, tourists are fleeing. Screams filled the small village. The torches landed in a field with only dry straw. It started a fire, light up the night. The fire shines in my eyes. I saw a villager with a bearded face bite Jiang Shan's backpack. My heart tightened. Want to help? Just took 2 steps. I heard the sound of falling water behind me, and I turned around, saw a big fish fall into the water, and then it wiggles its tail very quickly, disappeared in the river. The next moment the door is pushed open. Mom ran out in a hurry. With tears I couldn't react. That fish was my brother. He has completely turned into an animal. Standing in the dark, I looked at the shore. After the soul didn't see my brother's shadow, just run. 2. In the chaos. I know him. I must have gone to my dad. He followed him. 2. Into chaos. My mom didn't notice. Bloody soil. Real more humidified. Extremely slippery. I saw my dad going to bite the ginger sturgeon from behind, but was pulled by a tearful mother. Many animals suddenly appeared around. The chaotic scene broke out again in waves of whines. It's not the tourists this time. It belongs to the villagers. In this chaotic night, completely turned into an animal. That means they're never going to change back. The fire is getting bigger. I took advantage of the crowd and didn't pay attention. Many of their family members did not eat human flesh. Blocking the back of Zhang Shan's departure. That probably ate human flesh, too. Limbs change back. You can completely transform back into a human with only one head left. He listened to his mother, in a hurry to the river, who looked at his running back. I seem to have just reacted to the fire in the field. He got up and ran to the river as well. While running, he also called other villagers to put out the fire. The crowd moved. No one noticed the fleeing ginger group in the night. I didn't dare to look around. I'm afraid some villagers will notice. Just followed the big army to the river to get water and put out the fire. After the fire is out, the village fell back into darkness and silence. The smell of fire smoke filled the air, mixed with the smell of blood that hasn't dissipated. After that day, the village was devastated. Had to be temporarily closed for a few days. The villagers are recuperating at home, from family to animals. After coming out of the sadness that cannot be returned, prepared to welcome tourists again. Before the villagers could breathe a sigh of relief, a video suddenly broke out on the internet. Jinghao Magical Animal Village Cannibalism. Jinghao this village, attracting tourists with the name of magical animals. In fact, it is to deceive people and feed them to these monsters. Don't be fooled anymore. I hope the relevant departments can. Intervention video shows a few weird things giving birth. Man, there is a torrent stretching. Some people stretch out. There are even for rabbit heads and pigs. It was the video Zhang Xu recorded with my mobile phone that day. The post caused an uproar online. The netizens enthusiastically discussed. No one dares to come to our village anymore, even. The police did come to our village to check the situation. Wu Xi and the other villagers saw it, all pissed. The villagers, who did not recover their human form, grinning, rushed to the relevant personnel who have come to check the situation. That's not bad either. There is always human flesh delivered to our door for us to eat.